Some people say you shouldn't bet the NFL preseason, but I see value on the board in week one of this NFL preseason. My name is David Delano with picksandparlays.net, powered by WagerTalk. And we're going to talk about two games where there's some star quarterbacks and starters expected to go. It's not the regular season, but it's starting to feel like it as we're getting into football. Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Green Bay Packers, and also the Cincinnati Bengals and the Detroit Lions, two teams looking to bounce back from disappointing season in a preseason matchup. I'm going to give you guys both of those plays, and also I do have a best bet going today in the NFL preseason, my favorite play of the NFL preseason. You guys can go ahead and check that out on Sports Memo. Let's go ahead, though, and start off with this game between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers. We've got Mike McCarthy leading the Green Bay Packers. Pittsburgh Steelers do not make coaching changes often, so it's going to be really interesting to see how this team goes without Mike Tomlin. And you see right there, the money line, the Packers are a favorite, minus 145, Steelers plus 125. We got a spread of, if you like the Packers, there's some 1.5s. If you like the Steelers, I'm seeing 3s pop up in the total of 40.5. Now, looking at this pretty cool storyline, McCarthy spent 13 seasons as the head coach for the Packers and won a Super Bowl with that organization and coached some of the biggest games in Packers history, which is saying a lot. Now he's on the opposing sideline trying to beat his former team. And you got Aaron Rodgers on the other sideline as well, although not expecting him to go. But we're not necessarily trying to figure out who the better team is here. It is the preseason, and for this game and all the games, we're trying to figure out which team is going to be the most competitive for 4 quarters. Key, don't forget about that fourth quarter. Which team is going to have the right players on the field at the right time? Which coaching staff is going to continue to push and really push its players beyond the starters? Even when you got starters in there, you're probably looking at 2 series. You can see a clean series from the offense, maybe just 1. And I think Pittsburgh at home has the chance to do it. There's obviously reasons why Green Bay's favored here. The Packers are expected to work some of their starters, including Jordan Love. But if you're betting the first quarter or the first half, I actually think that Green Bay is a good first half play for the money line. But if you're looking to attack the full game, I just, preseason, I don't love laying points. It has to really be just a situation that I see lining up, usually maybe later on in the preseason. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers here. Now getting the full 3 points. The 3s are up now at the time of recording. And in Pittsburgh, I do think that we are going to see some fight in McCarthy's first game in front of the Pittsburgh fans. So we're going to go ahead and take the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I understand that McCarthy's preseason record during his time in Dallas wasn't anything to write home about. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that McCarthy is some kind of preseason savant, because he's not. But that's not what I'm asking him to be. We're just asking him to keep this game within a field goal. And I think that Pittsburgh has a legitimate chance to do that. Just a 1% play. But if Green Bay wins this game by 1 or 2, we cash. And if Pittsburgh wins outright, we obviously cash. And even if Green Bay gets the better of the game early, I still think Pittsburgh's depth can keep things competitive late. So Steelers plus 3. That's the first free pick. And letting you guys know, also, you guys can go ahead and check out everything going on over on picksandparlays.net. Right now, I got a 25% off promo code going, and you guys can go ahead and try things out before the football season with the summer special. And that promo code is good with the summer special. Buy 3 days, get 3 days for free. That gives you 6 days, and that doesn't have to be for me. If you can't stand me, that's fine. Maybe you can stand Sean Higgs or some of our other handicappers over there, like Sniper West and Nick Parsons. and the whole cast of characters over there. Also, one more very, very quick plug, and we're going to get into the next pick. Right now, you guys can also grab every Major League Baseball play that I drop for the end of the season, along with every single NFL and college football play that I'm dropping. And I know this is the Wager Talk channel, but that play package is over on picksandparlays.net. All right, next let's talk about a game with the even bigger favorite, Detroit Lions plus 235, Cincinnati Bengals minus 295. If you like the Bengals, they're 6.5. If you like the Lions, they're 7s, and we got 37.5. And this is a lot of points. A lot of points. So should we take the dog or the favorite? Now you got to understand why Cincinnati's favorite here. Coming off of a disappointing season, the Bengals are expected to play some of their biggest names, players like Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. And on the other side, you got the Lions who are going to be starting Jared Goff, and you got Terry Bridgewater, who just retired. So it does seem reasonable that they're laying here 6.5 to 7 points with the Cincinnati Bengals. Keep in mind, though, that's also the spread for the first half. So basically, the odds makers are giving all the edge to Cincinnati in the first half, but in the second half, they pretty much have this as an even game. You look at Dan Campbell, not the best preseason record, but coming off of a disappointing season, missing the playoffs. I think he's going to have this team ready to fight. They didn't play extremely well in the preseason last year. No Jared Goff, no Teddy Bridgewater. They do have rookie Luke Altmaier, who has a lot to prove. He also got Joshua Dobbs, who been a pretty good quarterback at times, especially in the preseason, and even some nice starts in the regular season. So Josh Dobbs can really do some things, and especially when you're looking at going up against the Bengals' second and third string players. And really what preseason comes down to, it's not just about who's the better starting quarterback, because if that's the case, we just take Cincinnati and move on. The question is, what does this game look like after the starters leave? And that's where the Bengals get a little bit vulnerable. I wouldn't be shocked at all if Burrow and Chase come out after putting together a couple good drives. Even if the Bengals are up 14-0, you still got a whole game after that. And Zach Taylor, Cincinnati's head coach, his preseason record, something that you want to be careful with laying 7 points or 6.5, even just 4-14 straight up. And now we're asking them a 7-point favorite to go ahead and cover that number. I know that Cincinnati is going to be approaching this preseason a little bit different. At least that's what they're saying. But even if they win this game, you don't really need Detroit to win. We just need the Lions to cover. And just for me, just on principle, laying 7.5 on the Bengals in this one, I just can't do it. So I understand why Cincinnati's favored, but we got to go ahead and take the Detroit Lions plus 7. I'm not laying the points on the Bengals. So Lions plus 7 is the play. Steelers plus 3 is the play. Keep in mind, this is preseason. It's preseason. It is preseason. And I'd say 1% plays. That means if you got $1,000 bankroll coming in for this NFL season, a wager to win $10 on each play. Yeah, that's what I said. Not 500. Don't blow your whole bankroll on these two games if they lose and say, "Hey, David Delano told you to." I did not tell you to do that, but I do have a 3%, which is going to be the max that you're going to see me do in the preseason going for this Thursday. And that's over on Sports Memo. Basically, if you got a $10,000 bankroll, I got a play that's definitely worth putting $300 on over there on sportsmemo.com. All right, guys, let me know what you guys like in the preseason. There's a lot of games, a full slate. Lock in with us all year long. Once again, go ahead and check out the specials over there on picksandparlays.net. And anything that you want to go ahead and check out that promo code PMP25. You can use that promo code and you can lock in, really just kind of get it out the way. Go ahead and lock in everything that I'm going to drop this entire football season. college and pro. Oh yeah, and grab the rest of Major League Baseball at that back-to-back days with 4% winners for our solo Major League Baseball plays over there on the premium side. Thanks so much for everybody who's watching, checking in, all that good stuff. Proud to be part of the Picks and Parlays in Wager Talk family. My name is David Delano. Family, you guys can follow me on X and Instagram at Get Sports Strong. Definitely appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one.